Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Crypto's Market Update. Today is Tuesday, October 1st, 8:18 a.m. local time. I hope you're having a good day, morning, or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Let me start off with my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This is to be used for entertainment purposes only for your fantasy paper trading. All right, guys, so let's get started. I'm having this market update at the moment right now because we finally hit our continuation rule. So this is where the bulls draw the line and really live up to the conviction that they have. If they don't have the conviction that we've been seeing for the past few weeks, then things will start to shift, and we will start to look at that shift and look for those invalidations like we had talked about in prior videos. So let me show you what I'm expecting to happen, and then let me show you where we start witnessing the bulls give up their conviction and start handing over the reins to the bears. So because we've been talking about this area here, we've had this drawn out. We came here, we knocked this yesterday. I posted a really nice shot on how we came right to 382. And this is just such a beautiful representation of the validation that look at this. Look at this beautiful stop at 382. You see that? We came right to it, and that's where we bounced. It just shows how powerful these fibs are. So when people, they doubt that they have any validity, when you see that happen, it really just brings it home on how well everything is orchestrated through algos, so that you don't think that the algos and these Fibonacci rules and the math it doesn't make a difference. It makes a lot of difference. But what it doesn't do, it doesn't tell us where the price is going to go from that point. Could it continue to go down, or could it bounce from there? That we don't know. That is done by rolling up your sleeves and putting in the work, watching those areas closely, watching the behavior of those areas is what's going to tell us if we're going to be continuing with that bull bias that everyone's been kumbaya, this whole entire time. And watch how quickly the narratives shift. Like I said, most people can't handle this. They have no they don't have the education to understand that retracements are healthy, that certain market structures have to form in order for that continuation. And this is one of them. One of them is that pullback, that healthy pullback to establish a higher low to hopefully give us the spring action to get us above here. This is going to be crucial here, because as much as I'm not expecting but hoping that the bulls will follow through on what they just did now, this is what I need to see. I need to see a very, very large upthrust candle for this to have a chance. Because what I don't want to see, if I see a slow moving price action back up to this top of this channel, I will start shifting the narrative that this is less likely to happen and a double top is more likely to happen, like we did here. All right, so you have to understand, guys, that as an analyst, you're not allowed to be a bull or a bear. You're only allowed to make a thesis based on the data that you have. And in my experience, and like I mentioned before, this has to happen. For this to happen, it is more probable that it's going to happen via a very high thrust candle. Because if not, you run into this. I blocked a few people who told me that this wasn't going to happen, that I'm crazy, that I don't know what I'm talking about. And I guarantee you right now, they're scrambling to open up another Twitter account to find out how they can find out what my projection is. It just goes to show, guys, the emotional roller coaster that most people go through because they don't know they don't have any other avenue other than to follow Twitter and hope that they're right on their emotions, nothing based on actual factual data. That's why I'm very adamant about showing you both scenarios, and I'm very adamant about showing you, describing to you what needs to happen, because the probability, like I said, if we do a slow move, we're not going to have the fuel enough to break through a 6-month proven area of rejection. Every time we hit this area for the past 6 months, we have a deep drawdown. I don't want to see that. And I'm leaning more towards the bulls, but the bulls have to show it to me. The bulls just showed to me here that they are willing to give us the market structure we want. However, this is not confirmed. We have 8 hours and 35 minutes just to confirm that this candle is going to hold the 0.50. That's exactly what I said, this candle. It doesn't guarantee that the next candle is going to bounce, and it doesn't guarantee that the next candle is going to keep on going down. That's why you have to take it every day, level by level, step by step, and allow the market, allow the data to come in for you to analyze how that data is forming. That's why I say that depending on how this data, if we do get the bounce off of here, depending on how this data forms, it's going to tell me if I'm going to continue with the probability of seeing this. I don't know. This was one projection, and now that we've made it to the first one, we have 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, and then the 5th point. Point number 1 to 2 played out. I don't know if point number 2 to 3 is going to play out, but I do know what I'm looking for, and I do know what I don't want to see, and I do know what I want to see. Now, this is the thesis to the upside. All right, real simple. Either we see a thrust candle, or slow moving probability starts to shift that we may go down. Because if we get a double top, the completion of the double top is going to be way down at my old targets, the old targets that I removed. Some of those targets that I said, nope, not happening. We're getting everything's working out. Well, guess what? Those will be back on the table in one of two ways. If we get a slow move up to here, that starts to shift that those targets coming back. Or if we don't get a bounce and we close the candle below here and we open a clean candle below here and we have no relation to this 0.5, so we can basically open the next daily and that daily candle can't get above here, this becomes a consolidation rule. And that is going to be right in here. And this here is where the do or die line is. This purple line is a do or die for Bitcoin. And when I mean die, I don't mean 40,000. I don't mean 30,000 or 20. I just mean that we're going to hit those old targets that I had at 51,500. They come back on the table. That's the die point. So again, it's hard for me to get uber bearish in a bull cycle. And we are in a bull cycle. And I am in the camp that we're going to go much, much higher. And I don't see this as negative. I see this as a great, great opportunity. Where most see this negative, this is a chance to get prices that everyone wished when they saw this, wished they had, wished they took advantage of. And the sad part is, you can tell these people that you won't, if you ever get the chance, if you ever get the opportunity, if you're lucky enough to get the opportunity to buy in the 50s, you won't do it. Oh yes, I would 100%. They won't do it. And if we're lucky enough to get that, you watch. People listening that wish they would have bought it here, when we have a second chance, they won't do it. That's just the nature of the market. They will not allow themselves to buy it because now they're thinking 40,000. 100% they'll buy at 40,000. When it gets there, they'll wait to 30,000 and so forth and so on. It happens every cycle. It happens to everyone. So it happened to me in the past when I first started. So I get it. I totally get it. But moving forward here, guys, what we're looking for is a sustained close above that 0.50. If not, then this comes out. And like I said, this would be the do or die. Because if we drop below the purple line, we're back 90%. We're going back down. We broke all the structure. We haven't officially taken out the higher low, but the chances are great that it will happen. But guys, it's way too early for that. Way too early. I just needed to give you a different perspective because I gave you the bull perspective. So I need to do my job, and I need to be prepared for the next step. And the next step is that we're going to consolidate like we did here, and we're going to bounce. Okay, I'm not going to think worst case scenario because the bulls are still in control, even if we come down into here. They're still in control. You break below here, more likely you're going to break below 786. And I'm okay with seeing a wick to 786 and a candle body close on this purple line. If I don't see that, 51,500 back on the table. How close we're going to get there, I don't know. But that's back on my chart. But I just wanted to give you a very well-rounded view of what can happen going both ways. I think this is going to be a great opportunity here for us to get into positions. However, you really need to wait to see how this is going to play out on this fib. Do we hold this? There's a lot of stuff, a lot of volatility. There's a tremendous amount of heat above on the DCT maps and on high block for the contracts. So that to me is, again, something that I view and I take very seriously because that is how I base a lot of these moves. Understanding what is going to fuel, what is going to pay for those moves. And right now, that data is insane. I just finished posting it on my Discord channel, and wow. What has accumulated in the past 24 hours is mind-boggling. Let's see what else. I guess that's pretty much it, guys. There's not really much here to discern. I would encourage you to do this, guys. I would encourage you to listen to, I would say, the day before. Let's see, today's October. I would say listen to Friday's video on 1.5x speed. Okay, listen to Friday's video. Then listen to yesterday's video. And then listen to today's video. If you are interested in learning, I would encourage you to do that. If you're not interested in joining my Discord or joining my $25 a month Trade Signal channel and you just don't want to pay a single penny, then do it for free. Just listen to the free videos that I posted. Listen to the Friday, listen to the Monday, and then watch the progression. Watch what I looked at. Watch the 200 MA. Watch the hourly time frame on how this stuff played out. Watch how you lose it and watch how you back test it. Watch the reject. Everything that I talk about. Watch it before it actually happened and watch how it played out. And watch how, better yet, watch how I described the way it would play out. That, to me, is much more valuable than listening to a current video on what has already happened. Much more valuable because you get to understand the mindset of what you're looking at, and you yourself get to remind yourself how bullish you were here, how bullish everyone was here, to the point where I had to block people telling me I'm an idiot for thinking that it's going to come down. You need to let that go. I love stupid people sometimes, and I love it when I see this. I love it when this plays out. It just reminds me on how much money I'm going to be able to take from these stupid people, and I am going to really it's going to be very satisfying. It's going to be satisfying to take people's life savings away. I fucking love it. Can't wait till that happens. And that's going to happen next year. In that next cycle, in that next push, that last push that we're going to have next year, that's going to be absolutely glorious. The best part about it is that when I take their life savings, I'm going to then charge them so that I charge them to show them how I won't do it so I don't do it the next time. So I'm going to get them coming and going. I love this market, guys. Absolutely love this market. All right, guys. So everyone have a really good day. Just wait to. It's too soon to really know exactly where this is going to close today. A lot of volatility is going to happen. Today's the first day of the month, so today is going to be a good area to carve out where that the low of the month or the high of the month is going to be. More likely, obviously, the low. And then let's see if by next month this is actually the low. We don't know that. We don't know how this week is going to shape up. We don't know if we're going to have to break out our consolidation fib. I'm expecting what this green arrow says. But remember how I'm expecting it, okay? That's going to matter. I'm expecting this on a thrust candle. Doesn't mean this one has to be a thrust candle. It could very well be the next one. But what I typically don't see, I don't see a continuation rule really have a consolidation price action on it. Very rarely. Has it happened before? Yes, but it's not the norm. So I would expect a bounce today or tomorrow at the latest. If it goes into the third day, in my experience and what I've seen before, we're going to roll over and we're going to have to break out the consolidation fib. So I think today, tomorrow are crucial for the market. If we're going to see a bounce, it needs to happen today or tomorrow. If not, like I said, we're going to roll over and write that down. I think that's a really, really important note to write down so that if it does happen, you understand why I said it would do that. Because of the behavior of what I normally see when we achieve the higher low off of the continuation rule. Everyone have a really good day, and we'll stay tuned for tomorrow's update.